So do you read that portions that we learned in the last class? Tell me yes or no. Yes, right? Okay, let me check. It's very simple topics, isn't it? So, Mahreen, which are the three states of matter?
Ma'am, solid, liquid, and gas.
Solid, liquid, and gas. Then how can we classify this matter, Malavika?
Matter can be classified into pure substances and mixtures.
Very good. Pure substances and mixtures. Then Reem Fatima, how can we classify these pure substances?
Elements and compounds.
Very good. Elements and compounds. Emmeline, how can we classify these elements?
Elements. Atoms and molecules.
Very good. Atoms and molecules. Then Devika,
Yes, ma'am.
what about the classification of mixtures?
Homogeneous and heterogeneous.
Very good. Homogeneous mixtures and heterogeneous mixtures. Dia, what do you mean by this homogeneous mixture? What about its composition? Uniform or non-uniform? I can't hear you. Okay, uniform. I can read it from your lips. Okay. Then Vinayak, what about heterogeneous mixture? Is it uniform composition or non-uniform composition?
Non-uniform.
Yes, non-uniform composition. Then Sarah, can you tell me the difference between this atom and molecule? Or give one example for one atom and one molecule. That's enough.
Molecule H.
Molecule?
H. Wait. Atom. Molecule means combine of two atoms, right?
Yes, yes. So,
Then
this hydrogen or H2. Is H or H2? Which one belongs to molecule?
H2 molecule.
H2 is molecule and H is simply atom. Okay. So molecule is the combination of two or more atoms. Okay. Then we learned about SI system, right? What's the full form of that SI system? Naureen?
System International.
Yeah, System International. Or?
Of units.
Okay, it's fine. Then which are the 7 base units that we have learned? Niranjan, can you tell me? 7 base units that we learned. Yes.
Mass.
Yes, mass.
Temperature.
Unit, mass unit.
Kilogram.
Kilogram. Then temperature.
Kelvin.
Okay, that's enough. Fine. Then Jewel, can you tell me the remaining?
Length. Kilogram.
Length.
Mass.
Unit.
Length. Meter.
Yeah, meter. Then
mass. Kilogram.
Okay, mass kilogram.
Time second.
Time second. 2 more.
Electric current.
Okay, tell me.
Electric current, ampere.
Ampere. Then Sahan, can you tell me the remaining base units? What about amount of substance? Its units. Amount of substance. Or luminous intensity?
I don't remember.
Yes, we can't hear you.
Intensity.
No? It's a nice name. Luminous intensity is unit. Sahan, can you tell me?
Mole.
Yes, which one?
Hello. Mole.
Mole for amount of substance. Okay,
Mole.
fine. Okay, that's it. Alanzina, can you tell me the unit of luminous intensity?
Candela.
Very good. It's candela, CD. Okay. Then we learned about the difference between mass and weight, right? Malavika, can you tell me any difference between mass and weight? Malavika, Vibin?
Yes, ma'am. Mass remains constant and weight changes from place to place.
Okay. Good. Then what about the SI unit of mass? Shreya?
Kilogram.
Kilogram. Okay, children. So today we are going to learn the remaining things. It's also that you have already learned in your previous classes. It's about volume. What do you mean by volume? Volume. Anyone can define that? Yeah, Samia, tell me. One second. Yeah, it's a space occupied by an object. That's right. So consider a cube. What about its volume? What's the equation to find out the volume of a cube? Cube. Rahul, can you tell me?
L into B into H.
Yes, length into breadth into height. Or otherwise it is L cube. Because in the case of cube, the length Okay, children. So again, back to volume. So volume is the amount of space occupied by a substance. In the case of a cube, we can write that the volume, it is length into breadth into height. And in the case of cube, both these three units are same. So we can write it as L cube, right? L cube. Then there are certain apparatus that we used in our laboratories to measure this volume. I will show the images of certain apparatus. First one is burette. Okay, this one is burette. This usually used to fill acid, and using this, there's one tap, right? We can open it and add a sufficient amount of acid into the solution drop by drop. So the first one is burette. And the second one is pipette. It is usually used to pipetting means it is similar to that of the action of straw. Okay, like a straw, we can pipette that basic substance till here, this mark, and we will pour it into another beaker. Okay, first one is burette. It has just one tap and we can open and close that tap. And the second one is pipette. It's similar to that of a straw. We can pipette that solution until this mark. So it is marked as 25 ml. Okay, here also there are certain markings from 0 to 20. In our laboratories, we usually use the burette. That's from the reading 0 to 50. Okay. We can add it drop by drop and measure the volume, how much amount of acid it is poured into that beaker. Then the third one is graduated cylinder. Here also there are certain markings. We can know the volume of that liquid. Then the last one, it is volumetric flask. Here it is 1 liter. So until this mark, the solution will be 1 liter volume. So these are certain devices that we used in our laboratories to measure the volume. First one is burette, second one is pipette, third one is graduated cylinder, and the fourth one is volumetric flask. And you can write the volume. It is the amount of space occupied by a substance. Okay, amount of space occupied by a substance. In the case of cube, it is L cube. So now can you tell me what about its SI unit? SI unit of volume?
Meter cube.
Meter cube, very good. So the unit, SI unit of volume, it is meter cube. Because length into breadth into height. In the case of cube, length, breadth and height, 3 are same. And here it is L cube. And the SI unit of length, it is meter. And here the SI unit of volume, it is meter cube. We will also use certain other units. They are liter, then centimeter cube, milliliter, etc. But the SI unit is meter cube. Okay. So in the case of volume, it is the amount of space occupied by a substance. And usually its formula is L cube. And its SI unit is meter cube. And the liter, centimeter cube, milliliter, these all are other units of volume. Okay. And this burette, pipette, graduated cylinder, volumetric flask, these are certain devices that we used in our laboratories to measure the volume. Children, is this clear? Any doubt? Anyone? Tell me. Is this clear? Yes, okay. So that's about volume. So I will repeat that points once again. Volume, it's the amount of space occupied by a substance. And its formula or equation, it is L cube. And the SI unit is meter cube. Okay, we can also use other units, centimeter cube, liter, milliliter, etc. And we are using this burette, pipette, graduated cylinder, volumetric flask to measure the volume in laboratories. Okay. Shall I move to next one?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Next one is density. Okay. Density. You can write the heading, density. So we have learned about mass. Then we learned about volume. How this mass and volume, it is connected to density. What's its equation? Tom, can you tell me? Tom. Can you able to define density? Yes.
It's the mass per unit volume.
Very good. Very good. It's the mass per unit volume. Okay. So density is the amount. It's the amount of mass per unit volume. So density is equal to mass by volume. Okay. Density of a substance is its mass per unit volume. And its formula is density is equal to mass by volume. Okay. density of a substance is its mass per unit volume. And we know the unit of this mass and volume. Yes. So we can derive the unit for this density also. What about the SI unit of mass? SI unit of mass. Tell me.
Kilogram.
Kilogram.
Yes, it's kilogram. Then we have learned the SI unit of volume. What was that? SI
Meter
unit
cube.
of, it is meter cube. So the unit of density, it is kilogram per meter cube, or otherwise you can also write kilogram m raised to -3. Okay, kilogram per meter cube, or you can also write kilogram m raised to -3. So the SI unit for density, it is kilogram per cubic meter or meter cube. We can also use another unit for density, that is gram per cubic centimeter or gram per centimeter cube. In the case of SI unit, you can write kilogram per meter cube, and another unit for this density, it is gram per centimeter cube. Gram per centimeter cube. So the density of a substance, it is the amount of mass or the mass per unit volume. Okay. Density, it is the mass per unit volume, and its formula is equal to density, that is equal to mass by volume. And SI unit of this density, it is kilogram per meter cube or kilogram m raised to -3. And another unit for this density, it is gram per centimeter cube. Okay. Gaia, can you please read the slide? Gaia Mary.
Substance mass per unit volume. Formula is density equal to mass by volume.
Okay. Yes.
Another common unit for density is the gram per cubic centimeter.
Okay, then the SI unit for density, it is the kilogram per cubic meter or kilogram per meter cube. Okay. Shall we move to next one? Tell me, yes or no? Yes. Okay. Next one is temperature. Okay. Temperature. Do you know which all units we are using to measure this temperature? Main 3 scales that we use to measure temperature. Eva, can you tell me?
Celsius, Fahrenheit, and Kelvin.
Very good. Degree Celsius, Fahrenheit, and Kelvin scale. These are the 3 scales that we use to measure temperature. Okay, so you can write the heading temperature. Then the 3 scales to measure temperature. First one, it is degree Celsius. Degree Celsius. It can be represented like this. Okay, degree Celsius. Then the next one is Fahrenheit or degree Fahrenheit. You can write like this. Degree Fahrenheit. Okay, it's represented as degree, then F. Next one is Kelvin. It can be represented as K. So these are the three scales that we use to measure temperature. First one is degree Celsius, second one is degree Fahrenheit, and third one is Kelvin. Buddhadev, among these three, which one is the SI unit of temperature?
SI unit.
Yes.
Kelvin, I think.
Yes, yes, it's Kelvin. Okay, this one is the SI unit. So degree Celsius, then degree Fahrenheit, Kelvin. These three are the different scales that we use to measure temperature. Then you can tell me, what about the range of this degree Celsius? What about the range?
0 degree to 100 degree.
Very good. It's from 0 to 100. Okay, it's from 0 to 100. 0 degree Celsius to 100 degree Celsius. That's about the range of this degree Celsius. That means the thermometer, usually the thermometer is calibrated in this one, 0 to 100 degree Celsius. What about this value, 0 degree Celsius and 100 degree Celsius? How can be related to water? 0 degree Celsius and 100 degree Celsius. How can it be related to water? Annelies, can you tell me? 0 degree Celsius and 100 degree Celsius. Yes. It's a particular point of water. 0 degree and 100 degree. Can you tell me?
Boiling point.
Very good. Boiling point is 100 degree. Then 0 degree. Yes, it's melting point. Okay. 0 degree Celsius is the melting point of water. And 100 degree Celsius, it is the boiling point of water. Okay. So that's about degree Celsius. Then the next one is degree Fahrenheit. Its range is from 32 degree Fahrenheit to 212 degree Fahrenheit. Okay. It's from 32 degree Fahrenheit to 212 degree Fahrenheit. Next one, in the case of Kelvin, it is from 273.15 Kelvin to 373 Kelvin. 273.15 Kelvin to 373 Kelvin. In the case of degree Celsius, the thermometer is usually calibrated from 0 to 100. Next one, in the case of degree Fahrenheit, it is equal to 32 degree Fahrenheit to 212 degree Fahrenheit. Then the third one, it is Kelvin, and it is equal to 273.15 Kelvin to 373 Kelvin. Okay, so these are the three scales that we use to measure temperature. Adulya, can you please read these three scales and its ranges?
The three scales are degree Celsius, degree Fahrenheit, and Kelvin.
Okay.
Range of degree Celsius is 0 degree to 100 degree, and range of degree Fahrenheit is 32 degree Fahrenheit to 212 degree Fahrenheit, and range of Kelvin is 273.15 Kelvin to 373 Kelvin.
Okay, 373 Kelvin. Then we are going to learn how to convert this scales to another one. If it is given in the form of degree Celsius, we should learn how to convert it into degree Fahrenheit. And if it is given in the form of degree Fahrenheit, we have to learn to convert it into Kelvin. Okay, so next we are going to learn about such conversions. Okay, such conversions in the case of this different scales of temperature. Okay. So that's about the conversion. Here it is given. K stands for Kelvin. So we have to convert degree Celsius into Kelvin. We have to add plus 273. Okay. If it is 0 degrees Celsius, we have to convert it into Kelvin by adding plus 273. Okay. So we have to convert this degree Celsius into Kelvin by adding 273. 273. So this is the first conversion. If it is 100 degrees Celsius, we can add 273 and it becomes, here it is 273 itself. And here 100 degrees Celsius plus 273, it becomes 373 Kelvin. Okay. We just avoid that decimal points, 273.15. That's why it becomes 273. So that's the first conversion. To convert degree Celsius to Kelvin, we just add 273. Okay. Then the second one, to convert Fahrenheit into degree Celsius. To convert Fahrenheit into degree Celsius, it is 5/9 into Fahrenheit value, that minus 32. Clear? 5/9 into F minus 32. Then the third one, it is just the reverse of the second one. Okay. To convert this Celsius, degree Celsius into Fahrenheit, we have to write 9/5 degrees Celsius plus 32. 9/5 degrees Celsius plus 32. Okay, these two are important. If you can able to learn 3, you can learn. Okay. But the first one and the third one, it is very important. To convert the degree Celsius to Kelvin, just add 273. And to convert degree Celsius to Fahrenheit, you have to multiply 9/5 to that degree Celsius, then add 32. Clear? Jyoti, can you please read this conversions, temperature conversions?
From degree Celsius to Kelvin, we should add plus 273 to degree Celsius.
Okay.
Then 2 degrees Fahrenheit to degree Celsius. We should multiply 5/9 to Fahrenheit minus 32.
Okay.
Then 2 degrees Celsius to Fahrenheit. We
From
should
degree Celsius to Fahrenheit. Okay.
Fahrenheit. We should multiply 9/5 into degree Celsius plus 32.
Okay, 9/5. We can multiply with 9/5, then add 32. Okay, then we can do one conversion. Okay, write down the question. Convert (37°C) to Fahrenheit. Convert 37°C to Fahrenheit. Convert 37°C to Fahrenheit. John? Which relationship here we are using to convert degree Celsius to Fahrenheit?
Ma'am, the equation?
Yes, yes.
9 by 5
9 by
into
5
C
yes,
into degree Celsius plus 32.
Plus, okay. Then you can do that. Finished?
On 98.6.
Okay, 98.6. Diya, can you please check that one? Some small mistake there. It is 9 by 5 into 37 plus 32.
Mine is 73.
Which one?
73.
Oh, it is 98.6 actually. Please check that one.
Yes, ma'am. 98.6.
Yes. So some small mistakes happen there. That's why it's okay. That is 98.6 degree Fahrenheit. Okay, children. So using this conversions, we can able to convert from one scale to another. Okay. Is this clear? So that's about temperature and its different scales to measure the temperature. From this image, it's more clear. In the case of Celsius scale, it is 0 degree Celsius, that is equal to 273 Kelvin. And in the case of Fahrenheit, it is equal to 32 degree Fahrenheit. Okay. And at this point, water freezes. That means freezing point of water. And we just take 37 degrees Celsius is considered as the room temperature. Okay. Room temperature. And it is equal to 310 Kelvin in the Kelvin scale and 98.6 degree Fahrenheit in Fahrenheit scale. That's the normal body temperature. Then the 100 degrees Celsius, it's the boiling point of water. In Kelvin, it is 373 Kelvin and in Fahrenheit, it is 212 Fahrenheit. Okay, that's the boiling point of water. So using this conversion, we can able to convert from degree Celsius to Kelvin or Fahrenheit to Kelvin or Fahrenheit to degree Celsius like that. So you have to definitely learn these two equations. It's very important. Because in this both chemistry and physics, sometimes in the questions, they will be given in the form of degree Celsius. But in the question, they will told you to give the answer in Kelvin. Okay, so if you don't know this conversion, you cannot able to convert that one. That's why it's very important. Okay. Is this topic clear for you? So what all things we learned today? What about volume? Tushar, what about volume?
Volume is the space occupied by a substance or an object.
Okay, very good. Then how to find out the volume of a cube? Lakshmi?
L cube.
Yes?
L cube.
Yes, L cube. Then what about the SI unit of volume? Shabarinath?
Meter cube.
Yes?
Meter cube.
Yes, it's meter cube. What about the other units of volume, Aditya Dev?
L cube centimeter.
Which, yes?
L cube.
Yes, L cube. L cube, it's the unit. Sorry, it's the equation. What about other units? Meter cube, then?
Centimeter cube.
Centimeter cube. Then liter, milliliter. These all are other units. Okay. Then which are devices or apparatus that we use to measure this volume? Meryl, can you tell me?
Burette, pipette,
Yes.
cylindrical flask, volumetric flask, and
yes. Graduated cylinder. That means measuring cylinder. That's it. Then what about density, Pooja? Density.
Mass per unit volume.
Yeah, it's the mass per unit volume. So what about the unit of density, Ellen? Ellen Joffe, can you tell me?
Mass per unit volume.
Unit. That's the equation, mass per unit volume. What about the unit? Yeah, kilogram per meter cube. We can also use gram per centimeter cube. Okay. Then the different scales to measure temperature. Anjana, can you tell me?
Degree Celsius, degree Fahrenheit, Kelvin.
Okay, degree Celsius, degree Fahrenheit, then Kelvin. Which one is the SI unit of temperature, Alan Joshi?
Kelvin.
Kelvin. Alina Verghese, can you tell me the range of degree Celsius? In the thermometer? Yes?
0 to 200.
Very good. 0 degree Celsius to 100 degree Celsius. Then what about the range in Fahrenheit scale? Abhinav, can you tell me?
32 degrees Celsius to 212 degrees Fahrenheit.
Okay, 32 degree Fahrenheit to 212 degree Fahrenheit. Then John Joes, can you tell me the range of Kelvin scale?
273.15 Kelvin to 373 Kelvin.
Okay. Then how can we convert this degree Celsius to Kelvin? G?
K is equal to C plus
yes.
273.
273, okay. Then how can we convert this degree Celsius to degree Fahrenheit? Jewel, can you tell me?
9/3 Celsius plus 32.
9/5 into degree Celsius plus 32. Okay. We can discuss the remaining portion in the next class. Okay. Okay, children. So all of you, please read this portion very well for the next class. Okay. Before winding up, let me take your attendance. Just wait. Okay, children. So thank you all. See you in the next class. Bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Take care. Bye.